When I heard the learned astronomer, when the proofs, the figures were ranged in columns before me, when I was shown the charts and diagrams to add, divide, and measure them, when I sitting heard the astronomer where he lectured, with much applause in the lecture room, how soon unaccountable I became tired and sick, till rising and gliding out, I wandered off by myself, in the mystical moist night air, and from time to time looked up in perfect silence at the stars. The folks of Neon generally get their kicks from sticking squall in their veins or huffing down dozens of amps in quick succession. As a child, I was too busy with my face glued to data slates, books, movies, anything I could get my hands on. When it comes to my media addiction, as Pop used to say, old Earth is my aurora. The Learned Astronomer by Walt Whitman was my first deep dive into old Earth. Since then I have read many old Earth texts, but this one was special. I relate to this text more than I relate to anything or anyone in Neon. To wander the unknown, to discover with my own eyes, not for fame or fortune, but to be where I truly belong. My very own pilgrimage. So I saved enough credits to buy myself a suit and pack, armed myself with a scanner and a handgun, and hitched a ride away from Neon. I hitched rides from long haulers and other travellers, doing odd jobs so they could take me to settlements on far-out planets in the settled systems. Travelling from place to place, discovering the ways of life outside of Neon, brought me a sense of peace I've never really experienced. After several years of wandering the stars, I've decided I need to rely on more than just hitchhiking the galaxy. I need my own ship. I've been accepted for a mining position with Argos extractors on the planet Vecterra. I hope after all of this hard work I get to continue my pilgrimage with all of my limbs intact.
I forgot you listed pilgrim on your application.
Oh yeah.
Don't see many people on spiritual journeys in this line of work. Well, you got the sample. Client's on his way, then we all get paid. You remember anything that happened?
Well, it was incredible, like a dream or a vision.
Easy there, high flyer. Probably just the endorphins kicking in when you passed out. Don't go having an experience on me. You'll walk it off. More importantly, we got what we were looking for.
All this trouble for that stupid thing? Sure don't look like much.
Never mind what it looks like. It's worth more than this mine has pulled in all month. Will be... Speak of the devil. Our Constellation contact is on approach.
Wait, the Explorers group? I thought they were kind of a joke.
Not a joke. You're just too young to know better.
Hey, I'm just saying they got a reputation. Hell, I bet half the crew here doesn't even believe they really exist.
Half the crew doesn't believe Earth exists, but it's still there. Same with Constellation.
Yeah, but come on. Exploring space? Who does that anymore? Ain't the space we've already got complicated enough?
Whoa, you don't look good.
Not to them.
Oh, thanks.
Been a long time.
Yes, it has. That mine on spins, right?
Kazal, hellhole, like this place. Rare mineral contract. Your tastes are a bit more sophisticated now, huh?
So, You found something?
Right here. The new guy found it.
That right. And everything went cool? Just like grabbing those minerals on Bendy?
Kazan. And no, Barrett. Not cool. He passed out after the extraction. Woke up saying all kinds of nonsense.
Is that right, cowboy?
Mm-hmm.
Went on a trip, huh?
Suppose you could call it that.
That fun, huh? Not the most gentle push into the great mysteries of space, but hey, been there.
Look, just hand over the credits, and I'll be happy to never see this thing, or you, ever again.
That's why I like you, Lynn. All business.
Barrett, the scanners on the frontier are reporting a ship coming in hot from orbit.
I really thought I'd lost them.
Lost them?
Barrett! Weapons! Everybody get ready!
Shit. I'll be landing this. Crimson Fleet. Well, there's no time like the present. Don't come any closer.
Somebody cover me!
Stay back.
It's over.
It's not the first life I've taken. It won't be the last. But it's not easy.
Believe me, if the suits start talking about shared liability when we get back, I'm out.
Can't believe the Crimson Fleet hit us.
I can. Fucking pirates. I'm so sorry.
Now that was some fine work under pressure. You dug up the artifact, right? That means you saw it. The visions? You're coming with me to Constellation. You're part of this now.
Hey, whoa. I didn't ask for any of this to happen. The pirates... everything.
Hey, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but we don't exactly know what the artifact might have done to your head, and Constellation is really the only group qualified to help.
Oh no, Barrett. No. You think you're just going to take off after the mess you caused?
All right. I guess I did just put you all on the Crimson Fleet hit list. How about I stay and I send your Dusty here in my place?
Excuse me?
I know, but he's not some miner anymore, Lynn. Soon as he touched that rock, something changed. Don't tell me you can't feel it.
Fine. It's a deal. Get out of here, Dusty. You're on to bigger things.
But what about the mine? Don't you need me here? What about the other miners?
Now that we've been attacked? We've got to pack up and move on. Argos will come for the rest of us. You get going.
Thank you, Lynn, for everything.
Just go. Before I say something I regret.
Well, now that that's settled. Vasco, get him to the lodge. No deviations unless absolutely necessary, okay? Protocol Indigo. Now, questions?
Why send me in your place? Shouldn't you be going?
Come on. You really not at all curious about that light and music show you experienced? Why it only affected you? The way I see it, Constellation needs that artifact, but they also need you. This mystery is only getting bigger each step we take, and you're part of it now.
You seem to know a lot more about this than I do. What exactly did we dig up?
That, my friend, is the million-credit question, and Constellation can find the answer, with your help.
And one final question. Why was the Crimson Fleet after you?
They're just following the loot, like pirates do. And I have something of a reputation as a loot collector.
Well, thanks, I guess. I better get going then.
And Vasco, don't let him break my ship.
An explorer class. I've only ever seen these in books. It's gorgeous.
Just up the ramp, Captain. I'll be in the external robotics bay.
Thank you, Vasco, isn't it? Vasco.
Captain Isaac, I assume you know how to fly a Class A starship. As Barrett likes to say, it's as easy as learning to ride a bike. I will attempt to boost the shields, just in case there are any difficulties.
Well, that's appreciated, thank you. Right. I hope I can get Galactic Horizon Radio in here. Right. Let's give this a try.
Shields ready. The rest is up
Hey
to
everybody,
you.
welcome back, and it's your host, Dax Orion.
You legend.
And looks like in today's news, Crimson Fleet raids continue.
No shit.
Seems they're getting more bold and expanding beyond their Crimson Fleet ship out there. Make sure your grav drive is charged, or your shields are up with your guns loaded, because they typically don't take prisoners. So either run, or hell, fight if you can. But don't just sit there and surrender. And I feel like our next song is related
Ah,
to
shit.
Weapons to bear.
Let's see if the Crimson Fleet could take me on.
Fucking pirates.
We will need to disable their shields.
That's it, I've had enough.
Laser-based weaponry is particularly effective.
Fuck.
If you can keep the enemy ship centered on the HUD, we can lock in to fire a homing missile. The enemy shields are down, Captain. Ballistic weaponry excels at damaging the hull once shields are offline. Congratulations on surviving your first Starship assault, Captain. We should search the wreckage for spare parts and other salvage. You will need to fly close to it before we can access the remains.
Okay, let's give this a try. That's all that collected, Vasco. Right, where to next?
Are jumping into our location.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. These guys need to piss off. I don't think so. Not this time. Shit, lasers down, ballistics up. Get fucked. One more target.
You've already lost!
Come back here, you cringy and shit stained.
The amount of Crimson Fleet hostility has been far more than anticipated. At this rate, the odds of continual assault from their ships are high enough to jeopardize our mission.
You're kidding, right?
In short, they are after the frontier and will not stop. We'll need to deal with the local Crimson Fleet captain. A recent scan indicates an abandoned facility on the nearby moon of Crete, a perfect staging area for pirates.
Never been to Crete. I guess that's our next stop. Well, we're here.
We have arrived in orbit. The abandoned facility with our Crimson Fleet captain is on the surface. I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
Could use these. Hey, Vasco.
Captain Isaac, Protocol Indigo dictates that I am to return to the Lodge with no deviations. We are here to stop the Crimson Fleet from pursuit. Nothing more.
Why is Barrett trusting me with his ship?
Barrett would say that billions of years ago, we were all one with the cosmos. So technically, you have known each other forever.
Right.
But the more practical answer is likely that he needs you. The number of known people who have been affected by the artifacts is now 2. Without your investment in Constellation's mission, he may never know more about the experience you both share. So he is showing you trust in order to gain your support.
Okay. And why is this Crimson Fleet captain after Barrett exactly?
I have often asked Barrett that same question at various times, and about various individuals that wanted to cause us harm. The most likely answer is that Barrett personally insulted him, typically by continuing to live, usually after escaping from certain death, and often with an object multiple people wanted.
That sounds about right. Well, I suppose we should get going. Dust route.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
You little guys are cute. What is
Be
that?
careful, Captain. Alien creatures are often unpredictable.
I've heard that before. Okay. Here it is. Hive of scum and villainy. Well, we should get going.
This was once a secret UC facility.
Not so secret anymore. Looks like the original people left in a hurry. Or it's been scavenged to death. Probably both. Hey. Could definitely use some of this. Medpack. This isn't ominous at all. Oh shit. Don't think you'll be needing that anymore, my friend. Shoot. Can you hear that, Bosco? Better keep our heads down. Med packs.
The hell is going on here? Yeah? Brogan said anything that isn't died.
Shit. Gotta take this nice and easy.
What the hell?
Shoot. Whoa, get back!
Had enough?
Fucking pirates!
Fire!
No one else needs to get hurt.
Flawless health compromised.
It's raining down! Idiot! Well, now look at you! Keep your head down!
I can't hit him from here. Vasco, I'm going over.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die. Eradicating all nearby enemies.
Fleet scum. Might as well see what there is here. New beginnings. Xenoware division now official. Relocation. Disappointment. UC ground pounders. Trial failure. What the fuck happened here? Freestar Collective. Ashta. Okay, looks like we're clear in here. Medical supplies. Grendel. Do with these. Can't afford another firefight. Maybe I can find another way around. Shit.
It's loose. The Terramorph
Terramorph.
is loose. We can't stop it. When we tried to sync with the neural control interface, it just completely flipped out. Broke through its containment chamber like it was made out of paper. It killed Michelson, Cobb, and Sumatri in all of 1 minute. I'm not even sure where it is now. It took off deeper into the facility. A security detail went in after it, but good friggin' luck. When I know it's safe, I'm going to make a run for the comm relay. Try to call in the cavalry. This is Hayden Wynn, lead xenobiologist, wishing he had gone to dentist school like his parents wanted.
Terramorph specimen. Alpha Predator. What the fuck were these guys doing here? Whatever they were doing, it completely backfired on them. Let's give this a try. It's one. Not bad. Fuck me.
You're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the Terramorph roaring somewhere. And more people screaming.
You gotta be kidding me. The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands?
What is your problem with Barrett anyways? Why are you fucking chasing him everywhere?
We don't have a problem with Barrett. We want that ship, the Frontier. If you're the captain of it now, that means we're after you.
I'm with Constellation now. You need to stop attacking our ship.
Oh, no. You see, maybe your colleague Barrett didn't tell you, but there's a bit of a legend surrounding that ship. That Constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays, the loot from 100 planets, and it's going to be ours.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons. But the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that
come
robot to
on.
say. We're taking that ship.
There is no treasure on the ship. Cut your losses before more of us get hurt.
You're not talking us out of this score.
You have it wrong. Constellation's an explorers group. They aren't treasure hunters.
Don't give me that. I know that ship is stocked with loot.
Look, if you're wanting to trade ships, that sounds totally good with me. The Frontier creaks when it was turning up there anyways.
You willing to give up the ship? Just like that?
Look, the ship doesn't have anything on it. You're chasing a fucking fairy tale. I'm telling you.
No, that can't be right. Can't believe this. There isn't any treasure?
Yes.
Been trailing that old Constellation ship for nothing?
Yes.
Get out of here. Take your robot and your ship and get out of here. I see you all again, you're dead.
We should now be free to travel to Constellation's headquarters without Crimson Fleet interference.
Let's hope so. Right. Let's get back. Hello, Trilobite.
Captain Isaac. To reach the lodge, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis. Do not worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
Right, let's go before they change their mind. To New Atlantis. This is not how I imagined my second day. First off, I'm sent to La La Land by some magic space rock that was surrounded by other floating space rocks. Then, I'm directed by some random guy in his robot that I just met to go kill some fleet scum so they don't follow us to Jemison. Now I have to deliver this artifact to Constellation at the lodge in New Atlantis. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little excited and apprehensive at the same time. Well, no time like the present. I hope the rest of those miners are okay down there.
Starship Frontier, this is United Colony Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
What is Constellation exactly?
Constellation is an explorers society founded over 50 years ago with the mission of seeking out the unknown. Members often engage in expeditions in small groups, typically 1 or 2 people, or like Barrett and myself, 1 person and 1 robot. The membership is intentionally limited and small. Should you join Constellation yourself, you will be the 10th active member.
So this is New Atlantis. While I was out there exploring different planets, it never actually occurred to me that I hadn't even visited here.
Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Thank you. I need to sit down with a coffee. The Terra Brew latte pulled me back down to earth, even though it's supposed to do the opposite. My spliced DNA makes it impossible for me to feel the effects of drugs, at least in small doses. After this, I suppose I should get a new change of clothes and head to the lodge via the NAT system Vasco mentioned. This jumpsuit's killing me. Should be a nice distraction at least till we get there. Well, here we are. What did Barrett say about this?
Captain Isaac,
Yeah?
everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you'll make this place your home.
Thank you, Vasco. Appreciate that. Well, here goes nothing.
All the phenomenon we see out in the stars, and what I'm saying is the most impossible theory.
You two keep going on like this, and I'm banning wagers. I'm
Hi,
serious.
I'm here to deliver the artifact.
I see. Vasco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything?
How many times has this happened? Who else has had these visions?
We think it's anyone else who pulls one out of the rock for the first time. Why? We're not sure yet. So if you wouldn't mind adding another data point.
Yeah, sure. It was like bright lights and music.
Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, if you expect us to believe in fairy tales...
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noelle, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
Okay. Here it is.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves that...
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Country?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting. Now, would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours?
This is all a bit much for me, but I can't say I'm not excited.
You should take some time to get settled in. Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet. And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability?
I am at your service, Captain. Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Outpost development? What do you mean?
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
What kind of advanced structures could I build?
The scan booster is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that, extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
Sounds useful. I'll try it next time I touch down on a planet.
The blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
How long have you been a part of Constellation, Vasco?
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
I know you're a robot, but do you miss Barrett?
My primary function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing.
I'm sure he would. Well, protecting Barrett must have been quite the challenge.
Barrett has, thus far, survived every mission on which we have embarked. It is therefore evident that my efforts have been successful. I suspect that Barrett would disagree with how necessary my intervention has been in any given situation.
I could use you on my crew, Vasco.
Captain Isaac, I will proceed to my assigned post.
I couldn't believe the size of this building. The top floor, the basement. You could upgrade your spacesuit and weaponry down here. Ah, sweet, a cooking station. I knew I'd been saving this cheese for something. One apple tea for me.
Out there all alone for so long.
Some people love that kind of space. Pun intended.
How long have you been working on all this?
Well, Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently. Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses. And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
The vision I saw, what do you think it means?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something.
So there's a reasonable explanation for all this then?
There might be a reasonable explanation. I wasn't there. I didn't see what you saw. I'm just not in a position to say for sure. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared. We're all in this together now, right?
Thanks, Noel. You seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go. Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work. There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Well, let me know if I can help you learn more. I love to explore different planets.
Well, right now nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition, I'm looking at everything. One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. I don't know if it will help in this case, but the more we know about, well, everything, the better off we are, right? Speaking of, if you're gonna be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
I was wondering about other types of exploration work besides the artifacts.
Of course, there's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
Thanks, Noel. Sarah said something about a place for me to stay.
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour.
Thank you.
So, Noel, Constellation living up to your expectations?
Absolutely, Sarah. I've never regretted the decision.
I'm glad to hear it. You could have done just about anything. So, it's important to me that you feel valued here.
It's not always easy, but I just remind myself that if it weren't for you, and for Constellation, I'd have no idea that any of this was going on.
So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Well, just so you know, I'm glad to be here.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing. You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Thank you. I saw all the tables downstairs. Just on another note, do you think the vision I had means anything to you?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
Oh yeah, sure. I see lights and hear music all of the time. It's like a non-stop party in my head.
Well, clearly the sarcasm center of your brain is intact. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
Well, I really appreciate the chat. Thank you.
Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
You mind if I ask you kind of a personal question, Walter? You're around the Lodge a lot, like almost all the time. Doesn't that bother your wife?
It's true. I am away from home quite a bit. I'm told that when I'm not here, I'm distracted by what I might be missing and wind up crabby. Or, my personal favorite, irascible. It has been determined that for the long-term health of our relationship, that I am better off here, rather than simply making things worse at home.
Okay then. I guess if you're both okay with it.
So, Mateo, swiped any new religious texts?
Very funny, Walter. You know Constellation's been keeping me busy.
I wasn't born yesterday, you know. I bet you have your eye on something.
All right. There's a chance that a 15th century edition of Aquinas' Summa Theologica is out there. I've been asking a few questions in my spare time.
Well, best of luck.
Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
Thank you. It's good to meet you, Mateo. What do you make of the vision I saw?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise. Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but, you know, if the label fits.
You believe that this is some kind of religious experience both Barrett and I have had?
Not necessarily, no, but it does kind of have the hallmarks of one, doesn't it? I'm certainly not going to rule it out just yet.
Well, if it meant something, I didn't understand it at all.
Okay, that's alright. Maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe it'll make sense later. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
Well, I really appreciate the chat, Mateo. Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
You too. While my body is digesting my grilled cheese toasty, my head is still whirling. Did the artifact give me strange hallucinations? Or is it a message from another entity? Another life form? A higher power? I need to sleep on this. Maybe I'll find a clearer picture after some much needed rest.
So, are you ready to get to work? Or was there something else?
What is Constellation? What do you do?
We're explorers. Humanity has always hunted for knowledge in the unknown. We just take that a little more seriously than others. We were founded decades ago by a man named Sebastian Banks. He wanted a small group of people from all corners of the settled systems dedicated to the biggest question of all. What's out there? These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. Another great secret the universe is asking us to unravel.
What do you know about the artifacts, Sarah?
Not much, but you've seen them for yourself. It doesn't take a lot to realize we're dealing with something extraordinary. Just what that is, we'll have to figure out. It's what we do.
I want some time to get settled to my new environment, if that's okay with you.
I understand. You've been through a lot. Just let me know when.
Thanks, Sarah.
Good day, Captain.
Good day, Vasco. I didn't realise on the way to the lodge how pretty the trees are here. The way the branches weave together. Hey buddy, how's it going?
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this.
Well, you seem to be staring at a tree.
I am not staring, I am analyzing.
Oh.
This is important xenobiological work. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me?
I'm just wandering around New Atlantis at the moment, so I don't mind keeping an eye out for you.
Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
Take care. I'll be back soon.
As if you are a citizen and require brief counseling, you may speak with any Colonial Health Services representative to initiate counseling intake. Quiet is requested while on memorial grounds.
The colony wars. I was far too young to remember anything that had happened. Only stories. Well, I suppose while I'm wandering around, I better look for this scanner. Ah, there it is. Let's go grab it.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
Eggs? The egg you found wasn't beeping, was it?
Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Thanks, kid. Well, guess I know where I'm off now. Cute little guy.
Please, if you experience any issues in your dealings with the distribution center, let us know. We're always striving to improve. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon.
You bought an egg from a kid recently. I actually need that.
Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found, trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why, what is it?
Well, it's actually sensitive scientific equipment. It's very important for New Atlantis.
Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we?
You're kidding. You can't just give it to me.
I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about.
Okay, fine. Here you go, here's 100 credits.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Right. Well, take care anyways.
Right. Come back if you need something else.
You're such a cute little guy. Hi. Okay then. Right, should go and find the next scanner. Right, it's on that side. Well, better get on. Ah, there it is. There we go. 2 down, 1 more to go.
I just don't think we'll have a second date. I barely survived the first one.
You don't say.
Centurion Arsenal. I decided to get a 7.77 caseless pistol with a suppressor. I always preferred to go on the quiet down anyways. Chunks? Oh, nice. I haven't had a chunks in years. I think I ate too many chunks. Bingo. Found you. Right, that's all 3. Better get back to that guy at the big tree.
I need all of the biosensors if the data is to be of any use.
I've got all your sensors right here, bud.
So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. Oh, it is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. What a relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my.
Oh my.
Good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once.
Well, if we're all being honest here, that doesn't really sound like good news, does it?
Well, from a certain point of view. In an, admittedly, somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in MAST at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Oh, thank you. I hope everything goes successful for you. Take care. Well, I suppose I should get back to the lodge. After my walk around the city and another power nap, I've come to the conclusion that I'm still at a loss with the artifacts hovering around the center console. These artifacts are made by a material that have never been discovered in human history. Not even my scanners can decipher what it's seeing. Nothing can explain how they are able to defy the rules of nature. At least not yet. This is what Constellation exists for, to explore and to discover the unknown. This isn't what I had imagined was in store for my pilgrimage, but I'm going to take this bull by the horns.
Ready to get out there?
I certainly am now. So, what have we got for our first mission?
We're going to be doing some old-fashioned detective work. The artifacts are relatively inert once they're out of bedrock. That means people can pass them around, not even knowing what they are. I've been letting my contacts know to be on the lookout for strange metal objects. Get back a lot of noise, usually, but a tip from the UC Vanguard sounds promising.
A tipper? So, other people could possibly have these extra artifacts we're looking for.
We have to assume that we're not the only ones to have stumbled into this mystery. But most people aren't going into space looking for the unknown. They're looking for places to settle, resources to extract, territory to defend. An odd-looking rock or a single strange hunk of metal wouldn't mean much to them. That's why Constellation exists, in a way, to put pieces like this together.
I have to admit, sir, I'm pretty excited. My first mission for Constellation.
Felt the same way when I started too. There's an electricity in the air when you know you're about to uncover something. But it's not just that. I want to take this opportunity to see how you handle yourself, and for you to learn more about us. I'm going to be sticking with you for this. We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Sounds good, Sarah. You and me until we get that artifact.
We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood?
Understood, Sarah.
Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we?
So here's the mast building. This must be where that scientist guy works. And the home of the UC Vanguard.
Think of joining up with the Vanguard, help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
I'll be completely honest with you, I'd rather chart the stars than be fighting wars. Not my thing.
Whoa, where have I heard that line before?
I say the same thing every time John tries to get me to re-enlist.
I'd surrender. Can't blame me for trying, right? All right, here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moira. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system. Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
We'll have to talk to him then. I'm sure we can make a good offer for the item. If he's on patrol with it, he could be putting the item and himself at risk. We should really hurry.
Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moira will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
Thank you for your help, John. Well, Sarah, we're off to Sidonia. Hi-ho, it's on the net we go.
Across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft, and yet I still get sick on the gnat.
We could head to that viewport that's near the station. Let's go. I decided before we set off that we maybe stock up on some supplies and also maybe do a couple of delivery missions here and there just to stock up on credits in case we need them for the mission ahead. Guidance systems to Aquila. We could do that one. It's on our way there.
Going to keep you warm at night. I'm just looking out for
you.
Hey.
Not used to people coming up to me. The suit usually scares them off. Although I guess that's my fault, isn't it?
Where'd you get that suit, anyways?
I guess you could say I've always had it. Once you've been all over, like I have, you might find yourself in something like this too.
It's a pretty impressive suit, to be honest, if a little intimidating.
Yeah, well, I go all over. A little psychological warfare up front tends to make things easier.
I'm guessing you're a mercenary then, or military.
Retired, actually. From too many lives to count. But I've been all those things, yeah. And a few more. I spend a lot of time in the fringes these days. God help you if you come across something someone wants. You'd think it was things like civilizations and factions that cause people to want to shoot each other. No, even without that, it's still winner take all.
There's a whole philosophy behind that sentence, isn't there?
You're on to me.
It's kind of bleak, though. Plenty of people are out there trying to help each other.
Of course. That's what makes the reality so tragic. Wait a second. I think I'm in danger of having a real conversation with someone for a change. Better stop here.
Oh, Excuse me.
I'm sure we'll see each other again.
Back to the frontier.
Give the word and we'll get underway.
Roger that, Sarah. Full speed ahead for the frontier. And we're off. Spooling the grav drive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.